how to handle the disturbances occurred in the application. That's the concept here. Okay, make it define exception. Define exception. The disturbance which is occurred from the application is known as exception. Whatever the disturbances occurred from the application, we call it as exception. The disturbance which is occurred from the application is known as exception. Define exception handling process. The process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. The process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. The process which is used to handle the exception is known as exception handling process. We use the following blocks. The following blocks in exception handling process. We use the following blocks in exception handling process. One is try block. One is catch block. One is finally block. Try block, catch block, and finally block. So why we are calling it as blocks? What is the difference between method and block? Method executed on method call. Blocks are executed automatically. So try, catch, finally are blocks. They are not methods. So these blocks are executed automatically. These blocks are executed automatically. These blocks are executed automatically when exception raised. When exception raised. These blocks are executed automatically when exception raised. When exception raised. Exception means disturbance. Whenever the word comes exception, it is a disturbance. Look here. Suppose the concept looks a bit simple only, nothing is there. Look here. Now, suppose I'll take one program like this. The known program I'm taking. salary you written many times already. The class you written many times. Here existing programs only handling exception. Okay, right. So I am taking one class, that is salary. I'm taking one class. This is here. I'm taking basic salary. I'm taking total salary, always two fields. Whenever I want to create object for salary, SALARY SL equal to new salary. This is the object generally. Now I am taking one class employee. I'm taking this class name is employee. This class name is employee. Class name is employee. Yes or no? This class employee will have ID, employee will have name, employee will have designation. This is a minimum 3 common. I want to link that salary here. Salary SL. I want to link it. So I am linking these two classes. I am linking. There's no references I am using. Now in references, what happened now? Sir, if I create object for employee equal to new employee SL. Yes or no? This is only linking process, no? Right. Sir, here, this is the constructor call. While constructor call, I am passing SL. Whenever I pass SL, the rule up to now, you are all Java developers today. Yes or no? It is no also yes only today. Right. Salary SL. Using one constructor, we can bind it. You know that concept. Okay, right. If I want to display all these data, I can take two string method. This is normal concept what you learned. Got it right? See, I'll write the program. Own program only I'm writing. So in this program, I'll handle some disturbances. That's my concept. Any disturbances are there, I'll handle it. That only exception handling. Exception handling one add-on concept to your program. Program over already. It's an add-on concept. So where here only concept discussion will go, application in advance, last stage, MVC project they'll apply. Here only program over, whatever the program I can give, you can write it. The program over. Without handling exceptions also, program will be running generally. It is one add-on feature in object-oriented programming languages. Any disturbance is there, you have to handle it. Right? Let us see. Now I'll take this program, what you practiced different way up to now. Right. 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 Now I am taking exception handling I'm taking. One project. Exception handling process I'm taking. Exception handling process. In this exception handling process, always I'll take package Maxis test. Now class you take it as a salary, 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 one class. I'll take one more class as employee. I will take it. Class employee. I will take it. Under salary, two fields I am taking public int basic salary. I'll take one more public into total salary. I will take it. I'll take this. Okay, right. I'll take employee here. I'll take public string ID. I will take it. Name, I will take it. Designation, I will take it. Here, salary, public SALARY, salary, SL. This is reference variable of type salary. So we use constructor employee to bind that salary address. So same name means this dot SL is equal to SL. To display this, we had a public string to string. I am writing RETURN return ID slash T return name slash T return designation slash T. Whenever I want to access basic salary, I can say OB, not OB. I can say SL dot basic salary. No, SL no, na, right? I can say SL dot total salary. I can say. Understood, everyone? Right. So all of you got it. I'm accessing with SL, right? Okay. I'm interlinking two objects. I'll go for main class here. So demo exception one, I will take it. Demo exception one. I'll take it. Import Java dot util. I'll take it. Here scanner S is equal to new scanner of system dot in. I'll take it. Yes dot close. I'll take it. Here I'll take one array list. I'll take holding what objects now? Employee objects. That employee holding the address of salary. That is different issue. Okay, right. Import test dot star. So easy practice is array list. Wherever the array, there array list for you. That is a concept actually. Equal to new array list holding employee holding. Now system dot out dot println here enter the number of employees. The number of employees int n is equal to integer dot parse int s dot next line, because combination is coming, no, right. System dot out dot print ln. Here enter n employee details. N employee details. Run the loop for n times. Int I is equal to 1, I less than or equal to n, I plus plus. End of loop. Here what will do now? Sir, read that employee details. So how you'll read it now? Sir, here you have to create object for employee first. Okay, right, right. How will create object means you have to interlink them, no? You have to interlink them or not now. So you have to create object like this. Sir, first create object for contact, not contact. Salary SL is equal to new salary. This is salary object or not now, right? I have to create one more object. What is that one more object now? Employee E is equal to new employee of SL. Understood now? Now load the data to E. Now how will load it now? Sir, system dot out dot print ln. Print ln. Enter. Print ln. Enter the employee ID. Employee ID. Whenever you enter employee ID, you can enter E dot. Understood the statement now? If not, see there. Instead of writing employee salary, I can write new salary. Observe it. New salary. I can write inside this, no. Yes or no? Yes or no? I can write it, no. Okay, I'll write it. So that one object is available. My intention to reflect with one object. Internally, one more object is linked. That's the concept. Okay, right. Now, E dot ID is equal to S dot next line. Now, enter the employee name. Right. Employee name. E dot name is equal to S dot next line. Enter the employee designation. Now E dot designation is equal to S dot next line. Enter the employee basic salary. Employee basic salary. Now E dot, where is the basic salary? E dot SL dot basics. All of you understood this? Now here you are having a combination, no, anyway. So here integer dot parse int of S dot next line. Now you must not read total salary, you must calculate total salary generally. Okay, right. Sir, how I'll calculate means E dot SL dot total salary is equal to E dot SL dot basic salary plus HRA plus DA. You're taking from there and calculating E dot SL dot basic salary. Means here 0.93F into here 0.63F into E dot SL dot basic salary. Total salary to what? Okay, right. Now it came. Now display that now. So system dot out dot print employee details. You had for each, sorry, you must add it to array list. No? AL dot add of E. Adding employee object to list. To list. When you are adding the employee, automatically employee internally linked to salary. Now here AL dot for each. That is on K here. Now system dot out dot print. System dot out dot print ln here K dot to string. So to string method is there, it will come. Now can I run it? This is normal program without try catch. Now run it. Enter the number of employees. I take 3. A111. Employee name Raj. Designation SC. Basic salary some 12,000. A222 some Ram. T basic salary 14,000. Employee A004. Employee name is Alex. Designation T and basic salary 17,000. Anyway, the answer is coming. Okay, right. Issue not there. This is last chapter output. This is last chapter means collections arrays. So I can hold multiple objects. I know this kind of outputs are. Now see. Now enter the number of employees. Enter the number of employees. I am entering the employees 3.4. I am entering 3.4 employees will not be there. Yes or no? You cannot have a 3.4 employees. Sir, meaningless. When an exception is coming, what is the exception now? Java.lang. Number format exception. Now you have to handle it. Handle it means this message should come, should not come. You have to handle it. Instead of this message, one information should come to the user. Enter only integer value. Enter only integer value, the message should come. So that we will understand what happens. Suppose many people will go to ATM center. All are not educated. No. All are not educated. So if anything wrong they done it, some information should be given. Card not matched, card not detected, you not properly inserted the card. Like this, some message should come where he can understand it. So all are not known persons are available in the market. Some meaningful information should be given to them. So I must give one message to the user, enter only integer value. So employees cannot be 2.5, 3.5 employees will not be there. Meaningless input that is. So that creates one disturbance there. Handle it. Now, how can I handle it? Means now comes your try. Understood? No. Now the message is what now? I am generating a message known as enter only integer value. Okay, right? That is a message I want. Now make a siding try block. Try block. Try block will hold. Try block will hold statements which are going to raise the exception. Which are going to raise the exception. Try block will hold the statements try block will hold the statements which are going to raise the exception. Syntax try inside this we are writing the statements. Try block will hold the statements which are going to raise the exception. Statements. Sir, if I write inside that, what happened? Behavior. Behavior of try. Sir, what happened? If I write one statement inside the try block and if it raises exception, what happened? See there, all of you. Now these lines I'll keep in the try block. Now here one exception is coming or not now roughly. One exception is coming now here, this line. Some exception is coming anyway. Now I'll keep the total lines example. Total program. This is total program or not now? This total program. What is the total program I cut it actually? Where is this? This total program I cut it. I am writing one try. End of try. I am writing one catch. Inside this, I am writing the total program. The total program is inside the try or not now? The total program is inside the try only. All are inside. If all are inside this, exception is coming here now. Anyway, sir, whenever I took the program inside the try, sir, inside the try, many lines are available. Among that one line, int n is equal to integer dot parse int of s dot next line. So I am taking the input. I am taking the input for this. I am taking the input as 4.3 I took. So 4.3 I taken one input. Whenever I took this 4.3 input, here one disturbance occurred. One disturbance occurred in this line. Understood this, right? When the disturbance occurs, I written that line under try now, right? Whenever I write this line under try, this disturbance belongs to one exception. That exception name is number format exception. What is the exception name now? Number format exception. Java.lang.number format exception. It is coming from the library. Automatically it is saying that the disturbance belongs to this class. Automatically it is showing to me. That's called built-in. It is coming from library. Now, whenever I write under try, what happened now? Whenever we write under try, here the object is created for number format exception. One object created here automatically. One object created here for the class known as number format exception object. Internally one object created. Automatically one object created. After that object creation completed, if I write under try, that all, if I write under try, one object created automatically. If I write under try, now whatever the lines available after this, dot, whatever the lines available, all these lines will be skipped because exception came there now, right? All these lines will be skipped and it comes to the catch block directly. Now it comes to the catch block directly. The control will come to catch block directly. In this catch block, I will declare one variable. That variable name is number format exception. I'll write some OB. Roughly I'll write. Now this try catch block will have this. Now internally what happened is this address will come and fall on to this OB. All of understood this now, the address will come. So automatically the address is thrown here. Address is thrown here. So internally one object created. The object reference is thrown onto catch block. That only behavior of try. What is the behavior of try? Means when exception raised, make a statement. When exception raised, disturbance raised, when exception raised, automatically one object is created for exception type class. When exception raised, automatically one object is created for exception type class and the reference is, and the reference means the object reference is, the object reference is thrown onto catch block. Thrown onto catch block. When exception raised, automatically one object is created for exception type class. Object is created for exception type class and the object reference is thrown onto catch block. Right. The lines which are declared after exception line will be skipped in execution. That all lines will be skipped. The control will come from line number 11 to line number 35 directly handling the exception here. What is the exception name now? Sir, number format exception, some OB I am writing. Understood the statement now, right? So here I can keep a message. System.out.println enter only integer value. Enter only integer value. All of you got this concept or not? Enter only integer value. All of you see here. Now, if I run it, the control is coming to there or not? Let us see it. Now 4.4.3. Control is coming there or not? Yes or no? Right. So what are the lines? Means that is the internal behavior. What you done? Simply written try catch. That's all. So when you write it, try what happened. They'll ask a question to you in the interview. Then you must say every disturbance will have one class. If it is a predefined class will be there. If it is a user defined, we will write it. Understood the statement now? Every disturbance will have its own class. The class object is created and the reference is thrown onto catch block. All of you understood this? Right. See there. Now, continuation. Anyway, understood this? Try no? Right. Now, here only we observed. What is the behavior we observed now? Right. The lines which are declared after exception line. The lines which are declared after exception line will be skipped from execution process. The lines which are declared after exception line will be skipped from execution process. Because control is going to catch block directly, no, they'll be skipped. So from this discussion, you understood catch block also already, right? Make a definition on catch block. Catch block will hold right. Catch block will hold. Catch block will hold object reference thrown from the try block. Catch block will hold object reference thrown from the try block and the required message generated from the catch block. Catch block will hold object reference thrown from the try block and the required message generated from the catch block. Now, syntax: catch, exception, type class, some reference variable. All of you understood catch block? Now, finally block. What is this finally block means? Generally, in this program whenever the exception raised in this line, from line number 11, the control is coming to catch. Here S dot close is skipped. Observe this point now. The line is not executed. But according to your resource closing operations, you have to close them. According to best programming practice or to overcome the data leakages, you have to close them. So when the exception came, you have to close them. For that, they said, take one finally block where you can write this line there. You can write that line there. You can write it. It's called resource closing operations. Try, catch, finally. Finally, the meaning is nothing but here. Whatever the resources opened for your program, they must be closed. You write the resource closing operations in finally block so that exception raised or not raised, handled or not handled, the resources will be closed. So that data leakages, you can protect it. That's the meaning actually. Now make a statement. Finally block. Finally block is part of exception handling process. Finally block is part of exception handling process. Finally block is part of exception handling process, but executed independently, without depending on exception. Finally block is part of exception handling process, but executed independently without depending on exception. Without depending on exception, the meaning is whether exception raised or exception not raised, when the exception handled or exception not handled, finally block will be executed. That's the meaning of independently. So the syntax look like this. The syntax look like this. Finally, here some resource closings. Right. Statement. In real time, finally block is used. Right. In real time, finally block is used. Finally block is used. Finally block is used to hold resource closing operations like IO close, that will S dot close, IO close, file close, database close, and so on. This all comes under resource closing operations. All of you understood exception definition, exception handling? Exception means what? The disturbance will be created by improper input or our improper calculations or improper access or improper integrations, developer mistakes indirectly. They create one disturbance. But when the disturbance is occurred, some meaningful message you must see. That only catch block indirectly. Okay, right. Now, you know try block, you know catch block, you know finally block. Clear everyone? Right. So in this program now, if I entered correctly here, so enter employee ID, employee name, employee designation, and some for basic salary. Answer is coming. If I entered correctly. Okay, right. Now I want to enter negative -1. So -1 implies, sir, what is this -1 implies? Enter -1 employee details. -1 employees will be there in the company. Any company is there working -1. It will not run, no. Right. Sir, how can you enter -1, sir? Meaningless input, sir. Now restrict, sir. You have to restrict it or not now, right? I must give a message. What is the message now? Right? Enter the number of employees, right? Number of employees must be minimum 1 or greater than 0, right? If not, minimum 1. Sub message. But this is not built in. No? This is user defined. I must write a condition, sir. Write a condition. What is the condition now? Sir, if anybody entered n value less than, I'm writing a condition. If, what is the condition now? Sir, n value is less than or equal to 0. Now, if anybody entered, you must define one condition now. You must define one condition here. This I am calling it as exception. Exception. Condition. Exception. Condition. Exception. Condition. Sir, what will do? Right. See there, observe it. What I am doing means, in the process of defining and raising user defined exception. User defined, I am only defining the condition, not now. Make it. Now, continuation. Star mark IMP. Defining raising and handling user defined exception. Defining, raising and handling user defined exception. Right. Step 1. 3 or 4 steps will be there. Step 1. The user defined class must be extended from java.lang.exception class. The user defined class must be extended from java.lang.exception class, predefined class. What is exception class? Predefined. You have to link it. See there, I am linking and coming. Observe it. Now look here. This class, because from there only the condition I defined or not now from there. So here, exception, extends from exception, predefined class. Again, annotation came, I forget to give the notes, right? Now, exception. I linked no, right? Okay. Now, step 2. Step 2. The user defined class, must be declared with. The user defined class must be declared with one parameterized constructor with string as parameter. The user defined class must be declared with one parameterized constructor with string as parameter. The user defined class must be declared with one parameterized constructor with string as a parameter. See there. Now, inside this class demo exception 1, I must declare one parameterized constructor. I must declare one parameterized constructor. Public demo exception 1. I must write. What is the parameter here now? String as parameter. Some message. No message. Okay, right. Now this parameterized constructor will pass the message to parent class. Will pass the message to whom now? Parent class. Who is the parent class now? Exception. Predefined class. That will take the message. Okay, right. Now continuation. Full stop. This parameterized constructor will pass message to parent class. This parameterized constructor will pass message to parent. Parent class means exception. 2 points you are clear? Right. Third point, see that. Step 3. So what is step 3 means? Look here. Now, you declared one condition here now, right? When exception condition is true. When exception condition is true, means exception raised no. Here exception raised means one object is coming or not, demo. That if that is a predefined exception, object is coming automatically. But our exception is user defined. No? We have to create object. So step 3 is make it when exception condition is true. When exception condition is true, then create object for. When exception condition is true, then create object for user defined class from where the exception is raised. When exception condition is true, then create object for user defined class from where the exception is raised. Now see there. Now when the condition is true, create object for user defined class from where the exception is raised. It is the condition declared inside this class or not now? Create object. So we create demo exception 1 OB or DE. D means demo exception. I'm writing DE is equal to new demo exception 1, and here consider call is available or not now? Yes, this consider will be running now. So pass the message. What is the reason of the message? You have to pass it. Exception message. What is the exception message now? So employees must be minimum 1. Employees must be minimum 1. Minimum 1, right? Employees must be minimum 1. You must not enter 0, you must not enter negative. That's the meaning. This message will be taken by this constructor and gives to the parent. That's the meaning actually. So continuation. While object creation. Here we are creating object or not now, right? While object creation pass exception message as a parameter. Exception message as a parameter. I passed the message as parameter or not now, right? Now see, sir, here in this diagram, object created automatically. A reference is coming to catch block or not now? There also reference should come to catch block, no sir. Whenever you want to move the reference available on D, no, yes or no? So now comes your keyword known as throw D. I'm using a keyword what now? Throw. This is called throwing the object reference onto catch block. That's a concept. Object reference onto catch block. But where is the catch block, sir? Here, not there, no, because it is asking me unhandled exception type. At last, your class name became user defined class name became exception or not now? Unhandled exception type. So for this catch block, not there. Write the catch. I'm writing the catch block or not now? Now I am constructing the catch. Because you are throwing the reference now. When you are throwing a reference, which reference you are throwing now? Sir, demo exception reference. This is of type what now? Demo exception 1. All have understood everyone, right? So now control came to line number 49. When exception raised here, the control will come to which line number now? 49. Now here message should come. But message taken by the exception no. Exception took the message, kept in that object. One object created in that object. I'll draw the diagram. So to display that message, system.out.println, one predefined method is there known as d.get that message outside. Now let me run it first. It's working or not. See there at last. Sir, if I entered number of employees as 3.4, it is a predefined exception is coming, known as a built-in exception is coming, known as a number format exception. From number format exception message is coming. That is predefined. Sir, if we entered one negative value here, if I enter negative value here, I only defined the condition. I converted that class into exception. Now that exception is coming from user defined exception. Employees must be minimum 1. Message is coming up not now. So I converted your user defined exception I raised. All of understood her. That all they'll ask in the interview. Define throw keyword. They'll ask it. If you explain throw keyword correctly, you know exception. You not explain throw keyword, you don't know the concept. But decide the two keywords will decide whether you know the exception handling or not. One keyword is throw, one keyword is throws. If you say these 2 points correctly, you know the exception handling. If not, you by-headed and game. If not, you did not understand the concept. The two keywords will decide it. Today, throw keyword you understood? No. In the process of defining and handling user-defined exception, we use throw keyword to throw the object reference onto catch block. That's the meaning. Now continue the notes. So when exception condition is true, then create object for user-defined class from where the exception is raised. While object creation, pass exception message as a parameter. All of it clear? Go with step 4. What is the step 4? We use it now. Sir, step 4. We use throw keyword. We use throw keyword to throw the object reference onto catch block. Catch block. Right? Okay. The message displayed from the catch block and message displayed from the catch block. All of it clear with this statement? Now, let me run it now. Defining, raising, and handling user-defined exception. We only defined one condition and handled. See there? In this program, run it. If I enter the employees correctly, the employee data will be taken. Name some branch, designation SE, basic salary is some 14,000. Answer is coming? No, right? Now, here one more disturbance will be there. One A111 sub Raj SE. See, basic salary minus 12,000. How can you have a minus 12,000? One employee is taking minus 12, is working freely, I think. Right. So, what is the total salary now? Minus 30,000. He never take any cash home, I think. Sir, restrict. What is the restriction now? Now, minimum 12,000 concept is there now for us. Right? See, I am taking one condition. Basic salary must be minimum 12,000. I am taking. Whenever you enter the basic salary here, see, wherever I want, I'm putting the condition and coming to that only exception handle. Simply thing is, you return else blocks, no, if else, no, that else will not be there. That only concept. All else's will be converted into catch blocks. Messages will come from catch. Why catch means UI technology is there, no? JavaScript. The message should come onto web browser or not now. So through catch block, we write the UI technology code and we generate that message to web browser. Because they are accommodating all messages to catch. That only object-oriented flavor. If I write if else, there is a C language code. For your student satisfaction, we write that. And the day one onwards, we cannot write try catches, no, right? So separately today we are converting into that format. Okay, right. Now here, if E dot SL dot basic salary, if it is less than 12,000, Yes or no? Na? So here this is exception condition. This is one exception condition. Now, when the condition is true, what happened now? See there. When the condition is true, say we have to create object for the class from where the exception is raised. The exception raised from which class now? Demo exception 1. Here also create object for demo exception 1. DE is equal to new demo exception 1. Here message different. No? What is the message now? Invalid basic salary and must be minimum 12,000. Minimum 12,000. Yes or no? Is a message. Now this message different. This message different. When this exception comes, control will go to that catch block. When the exception not there, if this exception comes, control will go to same catch block only. Catch block is common for these two exceptions. Any one only will come, no, two will not come, no, right? Only object creation common only, but constructor taking message different. Now see there, I will run it. Now enter the number of employees. Employee A121, name is Raj, SC, basic salary minus 12,000. An artist throw keyword. Throw keyword not there, it will not go. Where is this? Throw. Same comment. Throwing. Art. Now let me run it. This one once again. A121. Name is Raj. SC. Minus 12,000. Invalid basic salary and must be minimum 12,000. All of you got it right. Now, if I run correctly, any other disturbances? A121. Name Raj. Designation SC. Basic salary 17,500 roughly. Enter only integer value. It is taking the exception. It is taking the catch block or not now. Immediately that same only in a number format exception only. It will not allow until you enter the correct data. That only exception handling. Correct. All of understood the concept of exception handling. So practically I revealed it. Tomorrow I'll give the notes. What is that exception, throwable, types of flavor you came already. Types of exception, what is built in, what is checked exception, unchecked exception. Category notes will be given. But major flavor you got it. All of you understood this major flavor? Right. Okay. So I'm adding annotation once again. I'll give the notes. I'm forgetting and coming. After completing exception handling, I'll give it. Take a break for today.